All information contained in this podcast is general in nature and does not consider your individual circumstances. You should consider the appropriateness of this information with regards to your individual objectives, financial situation, and needs. Welcome to Sharing More Than the Sheets, a podcast to help you and your partner make better financial and lifestyle decisions so that you can both focus on the things that you love. I'm your host, Michael Khouri, financial planner, green thumb, husband, and just dad. This segment is called Michael's Magic Moment. It's my opportunity to play a little snippet from one of our previous episodes, which resonated with our listeners, that I received feedback from, or I felt really had an impact on some people's lives. Hope you enjoy. I'd like to go back to an episode where I interviewed Slayman Uggle. Now, Slayman has a YouTube channel. He is a YouTuber. He's a very successful YouTuber. And I just asked him some questions about making it on YouTube. You ask, how does this relate to financial advice or couples or lifestyle? In this world at the moment, in this society, more and more people I talk to are trying to get multiple streams of income. And they're trying to do more things outside the box. If someone has a day job, it's nice to have something else on the side, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a second income, a small business, or just something that you're really passionate about that you can dedicate your time to. YouTube is one of those things, believe it or not. And not just YouTube, but when I'm talking about this topic, I'm talking about other forms of social media or online media, we'll call it, even a podcast. I get questions all the time of people wanting to, get tips of me about podcasting. And you could be wanting to do podcasting or social media, or might want to be a content creator on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. This can all be for different reasons. Part of it can be just because you do want to earn a second income. Part of it can be because you like to get information out there. You like to help others. You have a passion about something in particular. The biggest tip that I can give before we jump into this moment from this episode from Slayman, and the tip that he would give for somebody wanting to start a YouTube channel is, from my perspective, to really work out what your goal is, to work out what you're trying to achieve, and just making sure that the content that you're creating or what you're putting together is achieving that goal. For example, if you have a passion for beauty, and your goal is to set up a business that helps people with beauty, have your podcast tailored towards that. Talk about things that people that would probably become your customers or your clients would want to hear about. And the other thing as well is to make sure the quality is always up there as well. So with these episodes, you'll find I do them very regularly, but I like to think that I keep the quality up there. I make sure that it's of a standard that people will get something out of it, instead of just doing something just for the sake of it. My goal is to literally help people through this podcast. And my goal is to spread the word. My goal is to have an impact on other people's lives, whether they become clients or not, whether I end up helping them personally or not. I want to be able to help other people. And that's my personal goal. Now that transcribes obviously into many people contacting me directly. It transcribes into my existing clients getting something out of it and moving forward financially and doing better. But at the end of the day, my personal goal is to help others and to get the word out there. And I always say this: you don't know what you don't know. And especially when it comes to something like this as well. So if you're thinking of starting up a YouTube channel or making it on social media or in some sort of content creation method, you definitely need to listen to this episode with Slayman. We'll go through a little part of that now. Probably my big takeaway from it as well, personally. But I just want to also stress the fact that these days it's so much easier to be able to do something like this. Now, if you think about it, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if you wanted to be famous, really, you had to either be a good singer and, make it with a record label, or you had to get on TV somehow, which wasn't easy, of course, and even then it would take a really long time to get out there. In today's society, yes, it's just, it's hard. It's not easy, of course, but it's a lot easier to literally become famous from, the doors of the walls of your home, setting up a YouTube channel, putting your name out there, reaching out to people, communicating, doing something different. So this doesn't just apply to business owners. This applies to just everyday people that just want to start something. They've got a passion for something. They want to get it out there and they want to help other people. So let's go back to this episode with Slayman Uncle. Are there any tips that you'd give to people listening to this wanting to start a YouTube channel? Anywhere they should start or things they should watch out for or avoid?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's just about starting something that you like and something that you enjoy. I definitely think it's not the best thing to sort of do something just for, the benefit of earning a bit of extra pocket money or, trying to sell something necessarily. I think if you truly sort of enjoy what you want to do and you believe in what you want to do, I think that sort of replicates and reflects a lot, in the out product. So I think, find something that you enjoy and I mean, just honestly give it a go. You never know what happens and don't be discouraged. I think, a lot of people may try and then they don't see a huge turnout or a huge result and they get a bit disheartened and they stop. And I think it's important just to keep going. And, if it's something you truly want to do, give it a go. And I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's sort of just you get to experience, filming and you get to experience posting pictures or whatever you really want to do. And then you look back and go, it was fun and I tried it and I'm glad I did, rather than thinking, I wonder if I did try it and I wonder if I did make the effort to, give it a go. So, I think, doing something you genuinely like, something that you yourself enjoy and then just keep persisting with it. I mean, as I said, I used to love watching prank videos and I used to just annoy Kate and she used to annoy me. And I used to think, you know what, this is not going to be much different than if I just film it and just post it.
Yeah, it's so true. And for those that haven't seen the channel, Slayman has, now it's his fiance, Kate, and they literally just play pranks on each other. And the pranks, I mean, from what I see, the pranks have to get more intense after each episode, don't they? Because you're sort of both obviously at a point now where you're sort of expecting the other person to prank you.
It's getting difficult,
so you have to put in more effort. You can't just stick a fake spider under someone's pillow anymore.
No, and sometimes, you spend days planning this elaborate prank and then it just all fails because she catches me out straight away. She sort of, Kate's gotten pretty good. She sort of knows when I'm playing up or, doing things. So I have to find, there's just those small things to try and really convince her. So I guess that sort of in turns makes them a bit more, intense at points. And sometimes they go a bit too far, which I regret. And I see it happening in front of me and I go, okay, I've got to stop this now. It's not real, Kate. It's a prank. But
But it's hard when you've gone so far as well. You've planned it. It's happening.
Yeah. Too many comes to mind.
Thanks for joining us on Sharing More Than the Sheets. Please make sure you subscribe to be updated with future episode releases, and feel free to share this episode with any friends or family that you think it might benefit. Please visit us at sharingmorethanthesheets.com.au to submit questions or requests for future podcast topics. These podcasts have been brought to you by Better Financial Planning Australia. To book a 15-minute phone chat, visit betterfinancialplanning.com.au.